Part 8 of the Katberg Pass deals with the final switchbacks before the summit. It's best to remain in low range until you reach the top. It's usually best to tackle a hill climb that's any sort of a challenge in low range. Although you may be able to just reach the top of a hill climb in first high, it doesn't leave you with any lower gears if the need arises. By using, say, second or third low range instead of first high, you have lower gears available when needed. If you run out of gears on a hill climb, you may have to go back down to the bottom of the hill and start all over again. Most 5-speed gearboxes allow vehicles to travel up to 50 km per hour in low range, so you don't have to be continually swapping between high and low range as you travel between hills. Diesel vehicles are generally better for hill ascents and descents, as they have better low RPM torque for climbing the hill and higher engine compression for descending. However, in long sandy hill ascents, where traction is low and a run-up is required, the greater power of petrol engines can be an advantage. When descending hills, you should always be in low range and have selected the gear required before descending. You should always avoid braking on downhill sections, as you run the risk of locking up your wheels, causing a slide. Engine braking slows the vehicle without causing wheel lockup. However, it is better to use the brakes than to allow the vehicle to run away and pick up speed. Always apply the brakes gently, rather than applying them abruptly and risking a wheel lockup. Often descents get steeper the further you go down, so it's best to be in first low from the beginning rather than having to try and change gears halfway down. When changing down a gear while descending, it's best to be feathering the brakes as you do press the clutch, as otherwise the vehicle freewheels whilst the clutch is depressed and very quickly picks up speed. It's far better to be in too low a gear and travel down slowly rather than be in too high a gear and have a potentially dangerous situation arise. A very common occurrence on hill climbs is the stalling of the vehicle when the hill becomes too steep. When this occurs, you'll be left in gear with the engine switched on but stalled. To recover from this situation, you should perform a hill stall recovery rather than just fire up the engine. This is accomplished as follows. Switch the now stalled engine off and place your foot firmly on the brake. Depress the clutch and select reverse gear in low range. Take your foot off the clutch, then slowly take your foot off the brake. The vehicle is now in reverse gear with the stalled engine stopping it from rolling down the hill. After checking the track behind is clear, start the engine and keep your feet off all pedals. The starter motor will start to drive the vehicle backwards as the engine begins to fire. This will result in a smooth downward progression while starting the engine and ensuring that you've been in gear at all times. If you simply start the engine and then select reverse gear, it will result in a fast jerky takeoff and being out of gear during some stage of the takeoff. The hill stall recovery does not apply to automatic vehicles, as they should never stall. Be sure to watch part 9 and the final video in the series on the wonderful Katberg Pass.